Hello, I'm Aaron and this is Kurt, and we are going to do a beginner mat workout today for you. A little bit of beginner modifications and some rest in between exercises so you can focus a little more on the precision of the technique as opposed to just flowing through the whole workout, which we have available as well. So to start, we want to focus on just reconnecting to our breath. Take your hands and put them onto the sides of your ribs. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. And what you want to feel is your rib cage expanding side to side, and then exhale. And in a mat workout, the only reference we have for support is the mat itself, the floor, as opposed to the other equipment where we might have other pieces and springs and bars to help us. Today we just have the mat, so let's use the mat today as much as we can to help keep us supported. So with that being said, as you inhale, I want you to feel your rib cage, your back ribs in the mat, and then exhale. Good. And again, inhale. And then exhale. And let's do a little bit of pelvic control awareness. So bring your hands under your hip bones, and we're just going to pelvic rock. So curl the pelvis, and then release the pelvis. And you want to feel the sacrum rolling back and forth on the mat. And as you're doing this, try not to squeeze your butt, just let the pelvis rock. Think of the rocking of the pelvis first, and then you'll start to feel your lower abdominals engage. So two things we'll really focus on is breathing and engaging from the lower belly and the stomach. So bring your hands by your side for pelvic lift. You're going to curl your hips up off the mat, but just until you're resting on the back of the rib cage. So just stay there for a second, inhale, and then exhale, roll down. So for this pelvic lift, you're only going to come up to about the bra line or the base of the rib cage. So curl up again, and you're just going to hang there. Just bring your knees in just a little there. And just relax for a second. You can use your arms for support. And I want you to feel gravity actually start to engage your lower belly. So now roll down and feel how your lower belly just automatically engages. Let's do a couple more of those. Inhale, and then exhale, come on up. Inhale, stay, and then exhale, roll down. So two things, breathe and relax. Inhale, stay. Exhale, come on up. Just feel your spine curl up. And now let your knees push forward a little bit so you stretch through your quads. Inhale, and then exhale, roll down. Let's just do two more of these. Inhale, stay. Exhale, curl up, and feel how the lower belly just naturally sinks down. Inhale, and then exhale, roll down. Good. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, curl up from the lower belly. Good. Inhale. And exhale, roll it down. And then just bring your knees into your chest and just take a little stretch for the lower back. So those are actually two elements that we're going to focus on in the 100 today. The breathing through the rib cage and the exhaling into the lower belly. Okay? This is going to get a little more complicated with the actual 100 exercise. All right, so let's go ahead and bring your, if you want to roll around like that, you can. Bring your feet down on the mat. We're going to start an easy 100 to start, so your knees are bent. Remember, the 100 is a breathing exercise and it's your warm-up. It's your chance to kind of see where your body's at today. So the most important thing is to be able to breathe. So this is a great place to start with your feet down to ensure that you're able to breathe. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, and then from here you lift the head and shoulders, creasing at the bottom of the chest. Great, just relax through the lower back. Don't try not to push it down, and just start pumping here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You almost want to feel like you're lying flat, so maybe come down just a little bit there. Yeah, so that you're not gripping your abdominals. You're actually able to breathe out into the rib cage and then exhale through the lower belly. Probably have about 6 more sets to go. If you're starting to get tired in your head, then you're done for the day for this exercise. You can rest your head down and continue to pump or just stop. Great. Inhale, and then exhale, feel the lower belly. 2 more sets. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. And then exhale, and go ahead and bring your knees into your chest as you lay your head down. Great. And we're going to come up to seated. So you can either roll over onto your side and come up to seated, or just simply rock yourself up. The next exercise is the half roll down. I'm going to have us do a little prep first. So it's basically a forward fold from yoga. You're going to keep your knees bent, flex your feet, and then grab onto your toes. And the idea is here, you're just going to lie down in your thighs. So it doesn't matter if your legs are straight or bent. It doesn't matter. What I do want you to do is feel that your thighs are against your body. And now inhale, and you have no choice but to inhale into your back. Right, and just take a couple breaths there. And also, you're already in a C curve here. So this has set you up nice for your half roll down. Just do one more breath, feeling the back expand. Excellent. And then just go ahead and come up, and we'll actually start the half roll down exercise. So put your hands underneath your thighs. Find that same C curve shape you just experienced. And then you just roll back to your tailbone. Great. And then curl back up, keep the C curve. Inhale as you go back, feeling the back open. Exhale into the lower belly as you come up. Inhale, go back, and just try to keep the C curve of your body and see how breathing and keeping that shape starts to engage other muscles in your torso and your powerhouse. That's it. We're going to do 2 more. On the last 2, as you come up, try to relax your thighs and your hips and just focus on the spine curling. That was nice. And do 1 more. Inhale. And then exhale, curl up. Very nice. From here, let's go ahead and bring your arms forward, and you're going to roll all the way down onto the mat. 1 vertebra at a time. Excellent. All right, we're moving on to single leg circles. So we'll start with a little hamstring stretch. So you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest and hold underneath your thigh. Yep, and then just extend the leg up and down a few times. Notice how Kurt's keeping his thigh against his stomach so that there's a nice stretch happening all the way up through the lower back. You're going to do 2 more like that. Excellent. And then let's go ahead and go into single leg circles. Extend the leg up towards the ceiling, hands by your side. If you're feeling your thigh grip, just bend this knee a little bit. Yeah. And you're going to inhale, exhale, cross around. Same thing. Inhale into your lungs, exhale into the lower belly. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. And then you reverse. Excellent. So the circle's rather small, but you're really feeling the breathing and the lower belly engage. Because there's actually a stretch going on. We'll talk about it on the next side. 1 more. Excellent. And then just go ahead and put that leg down. We'll try the other side. So bend your knee in towards your chest, hold behind your thigh, extend the leg up to the ceiling, and then, he's got a tight one on this side. And that's okay. And then just feel this relax. I know, it's tight. 1 more. So there's one little more advanced concept in Pilates called a two-way stretch, where you're actually stretching. One of the ways is from your back, from your arms. We can actually find this lower body stretch here. So let's go ahead and extend the leg up, hold it there. Feel the leg actually start from the mid-back and all the way up, and now cross around and up. Breathing, inhale, exhale up, and you're going to feel this stretch happening from all the way up to there. You're going to do 1 more, and then switch. So try to relax your thighs. And really, when we're talking about that, it's really moving from your center, which we're trying to establish in the beginning series. Good. 1 more. And from there, you can bring your knees into your chest and come up to seated, either turn over or rock up. And we'll move into rolling like a ball. So for preparation for rolling like a ball, you're just going to hold underneath your knees and lift your feet up and just balance. That's all we're going to do first here. And I want you to, again, breathe. Inhale to the rib cage, exhale into the lower belly. Then find that C curve with your spine. Sorry, I pushed him over. All right, and then try to get your feet to relax towards your hips. Just breathe and find what you can let go of. Usually neck and traps are the first things to tense up. Great, and when you're feeling okay, we can try a little roll. You inhale, roll back, exhale, come up and balance. And there's a lot of negotiation that happens at the top, right? Inhale, go back, exhale, balance. So I want you to think about every time you come up, try to relax something else. Where can you relax a little more? Great. Look how smoothly he's rolling through his spine. If you're hopping up to get up, then you probably want to take this exercise out for now until your spine understands the C curve better. This is awesome. You got one more. Excellent. Let's bring your feet down and roll down onto the mat slowly. There's your C curve. So if that goes smoothly, then your rolling like a ball will always go smoothly, okay? So moving on into our stomach series. Now, some people call it the Ab Series. I used to call it the Ab Series, but I like calling it the Stomach Series because it actually implies that there's more of a softening and more movement happening as opposed to a hard ab series. So the idea here in this series is to really get your spine and your pelvis to loosen up, connect to your breath, and that in turn will start to strengthen your core muscles, all right? So let's start with single legs stretch. She's laughing at me. Bring your knees into your chest and curl your head up. And you're going to hold onto your right leg and just pull it in. All I want you to do is pull it in. If you have to lay your head down, go for it. Switch your legs. So kind of like we did that hamstring stretch, you're trying to get the leg into your belly. Switch. And just that pulling into your organs is going to help you engage through your lower abdominals. Great. And switch. You're also stretching through your back here, widthwise and in your C curve. He's got a nice just exhale going into there. Two more. Great. Pull it in. Last one. And just bring both knees in and rest your head down. Great. So again, with these series, we're not going to try to hold our abs in. We're going to use our breath and control to help keep the shape of the body, and that will help you strengthen your abdominals, all right? Double leg stretches next. The first few repetitions, we're gonna keep the hands by the side. So first, do hug your knees in. You're gonna curl your head up, extend your legs out on a high diagonal, and hug your arms into your body. That's gonna give you support. And then hug your knees back in, and good, squish all the air out. Inhale, extend your legs out. Exhale, fold back in, and just go ahead and rest your head for a second. So that's great. This is a breathing exercise, so we want to try to breathe fully. The higher your legs are, the easier it's going to be to breathe. The lower your legs go, you'll get more stretch, but it's a more challenging breath exercise. So let's try it a little bit lower and see how that goes. Curl your head up. Inhale, stretch your legs out, and then hug your legs back in. Good. Inhale, stretch. So open the front of the body. Good. Even if you're not going high with your legs, try to stretch, relax your quads. Good. Inhale. Notice the back is nice and controlled. One more time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale in. Rest your head down. Very nice. Again, breathing, lower belly. All right. Let's move on to spine stretch forward. So you're going to bring yourself up to seated. And let's go ahead and take your feet out as wide as the mat you're on. We have this Kuna board. And this actually feels, you can go ahead and go up against there. But you do want your feet wide as mat. If you're actually on the floor, you can take your legs a little wider than the mat. That feels good too. Now what I'm looking for is that your spine stays straight. right? And if it doesn't, see how Kurt has his knees a little bent, that helps. Now let's go ahead and straighten your leg and feel like, and go ahead and like some of your hamstrings are tight. Yeah, so if you're feeling like this, like you're pressure in your lower back, it's just because your legs are tight. So bend your knees and just feel yourself lift. You're gonna bring your hands in the front, right between your legs. Take a big breath in and extend your spine. Exhale, chin to chest, and slide forward. Now let's create opposition. The stomach's pulling back and the arms are reaching forward. And then you're gonna roll up back into a seated position. Exhale, go forward again. Good. And look at that shape. We're back to that same shape here. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, reach forward. Now you do want to try to start to feel a lift. Good. And as you come up, inhale, and let the rib cage lift up like a balloon. Exhale, go forward. Feel the top of your spine stretch, your neck stretch. Last one, inhale, lift up. And we'll move on to saw. So take your arms out to the side. Twist towards the camera first. So twist towards us, hello. And then reach for the pinky toe of the opposite leg. And then come back up. So just with the twisting, let's go to the other side. As you twist, make sure your feet don't move, your hips don't move. Reach forward, pull back in the stomach, and then come back up. So just like we did in spine stretch forward, you lifted and rounded. We just literally added a twist to it, right? And twist and reach. Good. Inhale, lift. So make sure you're not folding over your leg. You're actually scooping your belly to get up and over the leg, as if you had a little ball on your thigh. Let's do one more. Excellent. And come on up and bring your legs together. And we're going to roll down onto the mat for some extension work, some back work. Great. So flip over onto your stomach. Now working into our extension requires a lot of control over the body. So what we're going, and if we're locked up in our pelvis, it's going to be a lot harder to do this correctly. So we're going to start simply with the support of the mat, laying down. Just really feel your body laying down. The rib cage is down. And you're going to come into a modified cobra. So the hands are under the shoulders, and your elbows are up to the ceiling. The forehead's relaxed on the mat. Now from here, you just squeeze the shoulder blades together to move the shoulders back, and then let them fall down. So all I want you to do right now is experience what it's like to isolate the movement of the shoulder blades. So if you've done our pre-Pilates, if you've done puppet arms, this is kind of like that, where you're just squeezing and opening the shoulder blades. And do notice, we'll do 3 more. Inhale as you pull back. Notice if the lower back is firing, try to relax a little more. That means you're overcompensating for tight shoulders. Inhale, and then exhale, and then one more. Good. And now we'll go on to a little more extension work on the back. You're going to take your hands along by your sides, palms to the ceiling. And we're going to do the same thing with your arms long. So you squeeze the shoulder blades. Again, try not to fire at the back of the glutes. And again, hug the shoulder blades back. So you start to feel all the work up here. Kind of reverse C curve, right? Right. Now let's do it again. You're going to hug the shoulder blades back. This time, you're going to lift your head just a little off the mat, just barely. Now, I would say that was almost too much because your lower back engaged a little. Yeah. So do it again. Feel your base of your ribs still on the mat. You see how he didn't move up that far, and then lower down, but everything's firing up in here right now. Just do 2 more. Lift. Head, again, lower back, butt's relaxed. You're just isolating the shoulder girdle. One more time, inhale. Good. And then exhale, lower down, and we'll sit back into a stretch pose. So as you go back, you keep your knees a little wider. Find that C curve again. Thank goodness we're back to the C curve. And then we're going to roll up. So to fully get every side of the body, we're actually going to look at our side lying kick series. Just a little bit of it to get you moving in a lateral way and get your hips nice and mobile. So you're going to lay down on the mat. Now what you want to do for your stability, what we're doing is taking away your stable base. So now you're lying only on your side. Long arm head down is a great place to start, and then Kurt's got his hand right in front. I always say like you have a dance partner, so you feel like you're lifted through the rib cage. The feet are slightly to the front of the mat, so you're actually creating an angle that'll help you just stay stable. All right, we're going to start with the side lifts because I find it the easiest to start to figure this exercise out, this series out. So you're going to lift the top foot up just a little, and you want to feel this leg reach out. So you're stretching the leg out of the hip socket. You're going to lift the leg up just a little and then lower back down. Now what you're focusing on is keeping the hips stacked over the hips, the shoulders stacked over the shoulders. What will happen is you'll lift and you might kind of fall back, right? So we just want to keep still here. Lift and then lower. Good. You got a couple more. Lift and lower. And when you keep this alignment, you're going to feel these muscles start to work. One more time, lift and lower, and then just rest your leg down. And the next variation we'll do are just little circles so you can start to get that hip joint loosened up. So you're going to lift your hip leg up a little, and we'll circle to the front first. You're just going to, to the front.
Do you want me to turn it down?
I was going to say parallel. Usually I just teach this parallel.
Okay.
So the next thing we'll do are the leg circles. So you're going to lift the leg up. You can keep your toes pointing forward and just circle to the front, to the top, and around. All right, still try to maintain that length in your body, the length of the leg out of the hip. And you're just going to do 2 more, about 6 total today, and then you reverse it. And what you want to feel is like your leg is cleaning out your hip socket. You're just getting it to move around. So you can go as big as you want with the circle as long as your hips are still. Great, and rest, and we'll switch to the other side. All right, so for the second side, just make sure that you've set your back up in line with the back edge of the mat and your feet to the front edge of the mat. And we just start the series. So lift up, we'll do 6 of each variation, and lift. Great, and then lower. Kurt's added a little flex and point, but I just want you to focus mostly on keeping this hip down. Good, 2 more. Lift and lower. 1 more, and lift and lower and rest. And then we'll move on to the circles. So lift the leg up and circle around. Now if you can, back to our theme of breathing, inhale into your back, exhale into your lower belly. Great, and reverse the circles for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, and 2, and 1, and bring your leg down. You're gonna roll over onto your back. And let's just take a little stretch here. You're gonna bend your knees, cross one ankle over the knee so you make the figure 4. And if you want, reach between your legs and just gently bring that leg towards you and stretch out the hip. And then switch your legs. And then we can go ahead and lower the leg down. And we are going to finish the series with a little wall work and with some floor work. Now, all right, so we do have one more piece of support, and that is the wall that we're going to use in this beginner workout. So we work from lying down to standing in a Pilates workout. So let's practice a little bit of our technique while standing up. So we'll start with you want to stand up against the wall, so bring your back against the wall, and then measure a foot's distance from the wall. Yep. And that's just a good place for us to start. If you look at, it's kind of like being in the 100 position, or if you have been on the reformer, it's actually, the body's almost the same angle you do when you do your footwork on the reformer, which is our warm-up, very supportive position. So to get started on the wall, we're just going to establish a connection to the wall. We're going to do that by doing a half roll down. So Kurt brings his head towards his chest, and then you start to roll down, maybe just till the hands come to the knees. There's a lot of stomach engagement here to keep lifting the spine up, and then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. And as you roll up, you feel that spinal connection to the wall. It's okay to have the lower back come off at this point. You don't want to push your lower back in the wall. It's going to throw everything else here off because it's just not natural. So let's roll down again. Take a big breath in, exhale, roll down, and just try to let this part of your body relax. And there's your C curve, and then you're going to roll up again. Great, and then just feel the stomach drawing in and the ribs opening into the wall. Let's do some arm circles, or actually rib cage arms here. So Kurt brings his arms forward. And I actually want you to squeeze your heels together, and that's going to connect to the lower butt. You're going to inhale, reach the arms up, keeping your back ribs on the mat, on the wall, and then exhale, bring your arms back down. Great. Inhale, bring your arms up. Feel the ribs expand and the lower belly lift, and then exhale down. This is all preparation for planks and push-ups, but you have the wall to help you feel the connection of your spine nice and long in your body. And the breath, inhale, inhale, good, and then exhale up. And then you can also, as you go up, squeeze the heels a bit and get the hamstring right back here and the lower butt engaged. That all supports your spine. And just do one more, inhale. And this looks simple, but it's actually a lot of work to keep connected here. Let's do shave here, or salute. So your hands come up to your forehead, thumbs and fingers together. Inhale, press up, and then exhale down. Why I like to do this one is there's a connection from the back ribs here all the way up to the hands, right? So as you inhale into the wall, stretch this way, and then bring it back down. I could do a better one. So do that again, inhale. And try to relax your neck, and then exhale. It's okay if the arms don't straighten. It's more important that your neck's relaxed and you're connected, there you go, to the mid-back. Nice. Do one more. How's your upper back feel right now?
Broad.
All right, now let's go ahead and do a roll down to stretch out of that. So bring your hands down and then just roll down. Feel the stomach lifting up. Feel the width in your back. And then let the arms circle, heavy head, heavy hands. And then you can reverse the circles. And then you'll slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. And to get off the wall, you're going to press your hands into the wall. Put one foot up against the wall. Keep that nice long spine. Press away from the wall, keeping your spine long, and you are finished. All right.